Hello, my name is Shelby and welcome to this Yin Yoga practice. This is a slow moving class. We'll be visiting gentle shapes and holding them for a few minutes at a time. I recommend having a block, possibly two, for this practice. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. Something that could substitute a block would be a stack of books, or you might even be able to fold up a blanket and use that. You'll see shortly where we'll be incorporating them. And if you are ready, meet me on your mat. All right, my friends, thank you so much for being here. We are going to start reclined. Bring your block with you or whatever it is that you're using. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and we'll begin in supported bridge. So lifting the hips up. Block will come on the low, possibly the medium height if you like. Just right under the sacrum, lowest part of the back, highest part of the glutes. If for any reason it doesn't feel comfortable, please just adjust it until it does, because this should feel rather nice. You might let the arms just rest by your side. You might place the hands somewhere on the body, or perhaps reach the arms up overhead, whatever feels good to you. And you have the option to remain just as you are, but if you'd like to go a little deeper, you might take the legs out long. If this makes the low back feel funny at all, you can always just walk the feet back in. But either way, you might close your eyes. Soften the back of the head, the back of the shoulders. Relax the fingers. And begin to feel the facial muscles softening open. And we'll start here with 3 physiological sighs. It's 2 inhales through the nose and an open mouth exhale. Beginning together. Again. Once more. Fully softening as you breathe out. Coming back to an effortless, natural breath here now, in and out of the nose, if that feels okay. Welcoming yourself to your practice. Welcoming yourself to this present moment. And you might set an intention of your own. And I will offer us the intention, I am restoring every layer of myself. Mentally whispering 3 times, whichever intention resonates with you. Beautiful work. If your legs are lengthened out long, gently begin to bend the knees and plant the feet. And we'll take our last breath or 2 here in this starting supported bridge shape. Really nice. And everybody from here, lift your hips, remove the block out from underneath you, lower your hips back down. Take a breath or 2 here, giving the low back a chance to settle down. And then you might let the arms open a little wider as you windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And after a few repetitions, let's hug our knees up into our chest. Give yourself a bit of a counter pose here. You might rock side to side, massaging the low back. You might stir the knees in circles. Beautiful. Coming right into reclined butterfly, lower the feet. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. Now, if this is a little intense and you happen to have 2 blocks, you might place them underneath the thighs, sort of like this. If you're not practicing with blocks and you want to still make it less intense, just scooch the heels a little further away from the hips. But wherever you are, come back to your breath. Once again, hands can be anywhere that you like. Soften the lower jaw, soften the cheeks. And just allow gravity to open your hips. And throughout this yin practice, I will allow for plenty of pockets of silence, moments where the sound of my voice fades away. I'll trust that you are safe here. I will guide you. And in those quiet moments, you might just focus on your breath or perhaps repeat your intention. Just a few more cycles of breath here. And setting up for a counter shape, you'll start to draw your knees together and your feet wide. Nice and slow. Knees together, feet wide. And you might adjust the low back, the hips. And I like to angle the big toes slightly in. And give some time for the sensations in your hips to simmer down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to hug our knees into our chest once again. And I'm going to give you the option. I'm in the great outdoors, so I'm going to go legs up the wall, just legs up the sky style. But as we come into this shape, if you want to move to a wall, please feel free to do your legs up the wall, actually on a wall. That can be really, really nice. But if you don't have a wall nearby or don't want to use the wall, this is still a beautiful way to experience this shape. Especially if you're someone who has open hamstrings and you don't feel like you're having to work super hard here. If this feels like a lot of effort, and even if this doesn't feel like a lot of effort, please feel free to use a wall. And if you aren't using a wall, how can you bring a sense of ease and softness? Notice if you're clenching the glutes, the shoulders. Maybe you can relax the feet a little more. And as we come into stillness, as we slow down in this way, it may become evident just how many thoughts we have. So many thoughts. And this practice is not all about eliminating thoughts. We aren't doing anything wrong if we have thoughts. But hopefully this practice allows us to find a little more spaciousness between thoughts. As we return to practices like yin or meditation or yoga nidra, it's like a mind exercise, as if the mind was a muscle. Training ourselves to have the gaps between our thoughts grow. Remaining compassionate with yourself on the days where maybe the mind is quite busy. You are here. And you are doing exactly what you need. Last few breaths. Good. We'll hug our knees back into our chest. If you did go to a wall, you might come back over to your mat or away from the wall. We're going to set up for a reclined twist. So arms will go out to a T. Let the knees fall to the right as you gaze to the left. If this is a little too deep, you could always put a block in between the thighs or beneath the bottom knee. Either way, continue to breathe. Last few breath cycles. And moving slowly, we'll come through center and switch sides. Take your time. You might adjust the hips, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Breathing as you twist. Restoring your inherent sense of harmony. Your already there equilibrium. Remaining here for a few more cycles of breath. And slowly coming back to center. Give your knees one more hug. And we're going to come all the way up. So no rush. We'll come up. Swing the feet behind us, coming through tabletop. Whoops, my microphone. And we're going to set up for dragon. Just like lizard lunge. Step the right foot. Well, maybe bring your block just in case. Step the right foot outside of the right hand. And if you have the space, you can scoot the left knee back. If the ground feels far away, your block could come beneath your hands. You could also lower to your forearms on one block or two blocks. But do your best to find some sense of comfort. This may not be the most comfortable for you, and that's okay. That's kind of part of the lesson here, is allowing ourselves to experience a little bit of discomfort, but self-regulating with the breath, with the intention, and finding a sense of ease from the inside out without the need for any external relief. Great work. Notice if you're clenching the jaw. Let it go. Almost there. Last few breaths. Moving slowly, we're going to exit. Start to shift back slowly. Right knee will come next to the left tabletop, and you might shake that out a little bit. Definitely am feeling that. The good news is we only have 2 legs. So just one more time. When you're ready, left foot outside of the left hand. And again, you might scoot the right knee back if you have the space. You could stay on the hands. You can come to your forearms. You might use a prop or not. Just sinking in. Dragon pose. In this yin practice, although it's slow moving and easy to follow and can sometimes be considered beginner friendly or recommended to beginners, this can be a quite advanced practice, right? We are asking a lot of our body and of our mind. And if you are a beginner and you landed here, thank you for being here. And also have patience. If the mind is racing, if you feel like giving up, getting out of the pose, trust me, I've been there. That's totally normal. The more we practice, the better it actually starts to feel. It starts to feel good. It starts to be a place that we want to return to. Almost there, you guys. Last few breaths. All right, let's start to slowly ease out. Same thing here, shifting back, tabletop. Ooh, shake it out. Nice. All right, coming into a child's pose. So you might separate the knees a little bit. Big toes touch, hips to heels, melt the heart, melt the forehead. Surrender in here. Feel the lightness of the inhale and the heaviness of the exhale. Allowing the inhale to expand you and the exhale to ground you. Softening more. Last few breath cycles. And from here, I want you to just lift yourself up. We're coming into sleeping serpent all the way down to the belly. You can bring one ear to the mat, arms rest by your side. Let the shoulders be totally heavy, elbows heavy, fingers relaxed, fully relaxed here, effortless. And the only movement is your breath as it expands and contracts you upon the earth. Feeling fully supported by the earth beneath you. Releasing the need to hold. Allowing yourself to be held. And then just flip to the other ear, evening out the neck. Allowing this moment to be sweet. And from here, as chill as you can, just roll onto your back. Flip around. And we'll seal our practice. Give your knees one final hug. Give yourself a loving embrace. Take a deep breath in. And let your exhale release you to Savasana. Taking up as much space as you need. Adjusting the back of the shoulders, the hips, making sure you feel as comfortable as possible. Might you feel both hemispheres of the body, right and left side, fully softening, letting go of tension. And might you feel both hemispheres of the brain, right and left side, like muscles that you could soften, letting go of tension, resting and restoring every layer of yourself. Staying here as long as time allows. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.